Okay, so this is my second video. This game I'm playing Storm on an alt account. Actually, I'm calibrating. I'm playing with this LC. We were very high when we were playing unranked during the calibrate or during the level up period. I think this game had an average MMR of like 4.1 or something like that. That sounds about right. So he's playing safe lane, I'm playing mid, and we have offlane Tusk and a Caudle who ends up going offlane with this Tusk and a Shadow Demon playing support. Our Tusk here, or not Tusk, our Caudle here repeatedly said that we needed to push early and he didn't want to play a 50-minute game, and if we did, we were going to start feeding, which was annoying. Hold on, so before we get into this first blood attempt here, my starting items, I went one mantle. Against a tiny, you could definitely go for a null, just so that you can out-harass him, but I wasn't really sure who was going to be mid. I actually thought it was going to be an Ember Spirit, and against an Ember Spirit, I just want to get an early bottle so I can have the ability to spam out Remnants to break his Flame Guard, which makes his landing stage a lot harder. Actually, I thought it was going to be an Ember and a safe lane tiny. So that's if I had known it was going to be a tiny, I think a null would have been a better option here. But even so, with a single mantle, I can get more base damage and get an early bottle, and then build into a null later, which is still a good item. So our Shadow Demon goes fucking balls deep here on this Abaddon, just up the hill for no real reason. But he's pretty low, and he keeps just spamming out his Shadow Wave, which is fine. I end up getting 1 point and pull early, which it secures us the first blood. We might have gotten it without it, but it secures the first blood, and then it does maybe make the landing stage a little bit harder, because I won't have the ability to spam out my Static Remnant for the first couple last I need for my bottle, but it's alright. Tusk gets up a kill bottom too, which is pretty dope. What a hero. So against Tiny, it's actually a pretty even matchup. He has the ability to just spam out his Q and his toss, Avalanche toss combo to get last hits, which he does pretty strangely this game. I don't think he's very comfortable in the mid lane as Tiny, but as you can see, he gets 2 pool tangos and he's rushing a bottle. I got the bounty though, which is nice. It means that my landing stage will be a bit easier. That was kind of weird. I didn't really get why he did that, but he did. So it's okay to use your mana here to get a couple last hits. He's got a pretty big damage advantage, which is kind of annoying, but it's okay. So as you can see, 1 minute he's got his bottle already. I'm not too far behind. I need one more last hit. I'm getting in some harass here because I know that he's actually pretty low on regen, and he doesn't have any stats, and Tiny has low armor, so it's easy to auto-attack him down. So there's my bottle. It's on its way out now. I should have like a lot more last hits here, but I don't. He does have a pretty big base damage advantage, so I guess not that big of a deal. I want to go for a null early because I have such low damage against him. And getting boots isn't super important in this matchup. He needs to... They don't have any lockdown for me, so I can really just run away from everyone but Disruptor. And right now they don't have the burst damage. Sunny's a very strong hero, but he doesn't have that much damage. I see that it's almost 2 minutes here, and I want to go stack. I realize that I kind of fuck up the timing. So instead I stacked this medium camp at 55. It's a lot easier. You can jungle Storm on Dire. It's pretty easy actually. It's just puppy and shitty, and don't do it. So at 2 minutes I want to go get the rune. Tiny could have easily gotten the rune there. I've been out of lane for quite a while, so I did miss out on probably 3 or 4 last hits, but because he spammed the wave out to go and get the rune, it wasn't actually that big of a deal. I still got the experience when I was walking back to the tower there, which is fine. But he is outlast hitting me, doubling my CS with 5 denies. Not super unanticipated. I fucked up there really bad. I could have easily gotten those 2 last hits, but I was distracted. And bad. I want to pick up an early TP, because being able to gank TP with Storm as soon as he hits 6 is very important. So Tiny's been off the map for a while. He goes bottom with a haster and gets a kill on Caudle. I got flamed, which is kind of annoying, but it's okay. Keep positive attitude. While Tiny's not here, I want to apply pressure to the wave, so I'm just auto-attacking it down. get in range for a Remnant and get 2 last hits. I want to make sure that he misses as many CS as possible. As you can see, the tower is just killing all the creeps, so he's missing CS while he's out of the wave, and it's also making it so that when he comes back, it'll be more towards me because the tower pushed out. He's still not back. It's getting close to 4 minutes so for another rune spawn, so I wanna apply pressure to the tower again. I fuck up this last hit here because I thought one of those auto attacks would miss, so I miss it, which is really unfortunate, but that's alright. I dropped my null to get a little bit more efficiency from my bottle. So if we take stock of the situation here, it is 4 minutes into the game. I'm about even. I am even on last hits with the Tiny at this point, and everyone else is doing alright. We have an even kill score, and I haven't died yet, which is really important. Going forward for probably the next 5 minutes, I just want to be able to secure my base items. I'm not really that interested in ganking. Killing Ember, because Ember will be hitting 6 fairly soon. He's got effectively a free lane. I want to go top here because I thought that there was a fight, but Abaddon, or Legion Commander, ended up getting the kill, so I just headed to the jungle to kill this stack here. Because it's Mud Golems, it's kind of annoying. I end up not killing the entire stack because fuck magic. Tiny's missing here, so the wave's just kind of slowly pushing towards my tower. I know that I'm not going to miss that many last hits by being here. And I have full bottle. I don't plan on ganking, so having full mana isn't that important of a thing at this point. Again, I drop my null to get a little more efficiency and then head back to the wave. I want to get treads early because they do have a lot of physical damage. With Tiny's Avatar, or burst damage, with Tiny's Avatos and Clinks' fucking massive physical damage, I can die pretty easily. As you can see, I have a Null Talisman, and I'm almost level 6, and I have under 800 HP. So I get my 6 now. It just means that I really can't die, unless I really make a pretty big misplay. Still doing alright in last hits. I think at 5 minutes you want 25 last hits, but I don't have that because I'm a baddie. Well, Tusk is going ham because Tusk is a truly ridiculous hero and it needs to be nerfed. Okay, those 2 last hits. I missed the 3rd one. I didn't need to do that, but I really did fuck up. I bring myself out of clarity. Drop long item there. Good job, me. I bring myself out of clarity because I'm really low on mana, and I don't want to go back to base, and I don't want to bottle crow because bottle crowing is shitty in pubs, and you shouldn't do it. I'm kidding. At high level pubs, it's definitely viable, but not at my level. I just get the courier stolen and someone takes my bottle. So that's 50 gold for what, 100 mana or whatever it is. I'm totally fine with that. So I get the rune. I probably should have been stacking Ancients for LC here. I think I might do it once or twice, but it does make the winning stage a lot easier. So I want to make sure I don't get hit by creeps here to keep my clarity on. I have a DD rune, so I can get a kill on some heroes. Tiny does have quite a bit of physical damage, or HP, and he's already got treads, so he's pretty tanky. I don't really want to go on him that much. I think I might actually make a mistake and go on him, but it's okay. Me missing more last hits. What are you gonna do? So just comes mid and drops all the spells. It's whatever. I was full health, so there wasn't really a chance for them to kill me unless they had a good combination between Avatos and Glimpse, but they don't. They fuck it up. I think this Disruptor is just getting frustrated being top, so he wants to come mid. Tiny's off the map at this point, and our map is totally dark, which makes it a little bit scary. I don't know where Clinks is. I saw him top a little while ago, but he can definitely come mid and kill me. So we're getting a kill here. I popped my DD rune. I end up not getting it, if I remember correctly, because I don't want to overcommit. But it does force him out of lane, and the DD rune was about to pop, so I wanted to get him on my side of the river. I think that if I had played that better, I could have gotten the kill, but it's alright. He's off the map now, and he can't go for the rune, really. So I want to go bottom here, because SD was going top. He has a bottle as well, which is kind of strange, but he wanted to go get the rune. I spam out the rune. Yeah, you can see me pinging, and I get a bunch of mana here. I want to go kill the Ember, because he's a really big problem. I feel like this is warded, and I think it actually is. I think we do de-ward it. But even so, this forces the Ember not to farm, and Tiny is not in mid, and the waves at the tower, so I'm not missing that much. I end up farming a small camp here just because I'm bored.
Are you not the jovial sort?
I think. Jesus, I don't remember. I'm from this camp instead. Get more mana from this Coddle, which is awesome. And now that we see that this the ward was there, I just kill it and I head back to mid lane. Clinkz is trying to spam with the tower. It's fine. So if we look at net worth, middle of the pack. It's alright. I'm a little bit behind Tiny, but I'm barely behind Tiny. But my team in general is doing quite well. At this point, I'm actually debating whether or not I just want to rush a Bloodstone, go like Arcane into Soul Ring here, but I decide against it. I end up going Treads. But I do want to rush a Bloodstone because there's no real, aside from the Ember, there's no real great targets, and we have a bunch of lockdown from the Tusk and the Legion Commander that I'm not super worried about being able to get kills. I also think that it's very important for Storm to rush Bloodstone now because Storm's at my level anyways. I like rushing Bloodstone because I can then force people to make me a priority, which is kind of the point. Storm's very survivable, and if you can make him a priority, the rest of your team can snowball. And we don't really have the best carries this game, so I want to make sure that I can scale well into the late game. Against the Tiny Ember Clinkz, they really just want to delay the game. Let's click there. Go me. So I really haven't ganked that much. The bottom gank was attempted, but there really was no point, and I haven't really needed to because my team's been doing a very good job of getting kills, so it's very tempting for me to just farm up here. Again, I want to get my base items so that I'm able to really just take over the game. With NLC, I'm actually kind of our one position, even though I'm in the mid lane, which is, it's odd, but it's alright. I couldn't really figure out where the Bloodstone was there. What are you going to do? ST comes mid and he wants to get a kill on Tiny here, so I just go on him. I know that if he gets close, we can definitely kill him. He puts him in, and I drop a Remnant here. I think the Remnant kills him, yeah. Clinkz TP's in, and I'm a little bit worried that we can die here, but when he drops a Sentry, I know that he doesn't really have any lockdown, so I can just ball out and disconnect some auto attacks. But he doesn't even do that. He just backs up. With no bottle charges, staying here is a little bit risky, but because they don't really have any lockdown, it's not a big of a deal. I have enough mana for me to be able to ball out, and my Soul Ring's coming almost off cooldown, so I'll have even more. This Ember is going buck wild in the bottom lane, and our Coddle is freaking out about me not ganking him enough, which is probably true. But it's okay. He doesn't have that many last hits, which is a good thing. He's got 30, and I have 50, and our safe lane has 60, which is really good. Yeah, so LC is top, and then Ember second, and then I'm pretty much right behind him. And as you can see now, the Tiny is 1,000 net worth behind me. I'm fairly confident this is warded. It's not, but I thought it might have been because of the Disruptor's positioning. Oh, it is. It is warded. I just can't see it. So if we take a look now, we're at 10 minutes into the game, and I'm 1,000 net worth behind the Tiny, or ahead of the Tiny, just because I've been able to not die and really take over the map. Really take over the mid lane in a way that it forces them to rotate towards me, which opens up space in the rest of the map, which is really important. We'll take a look at the charts here. 1,000, 2,000, we're a little bit ahead, but not that much. Any key items up yet? So the LCOs are Blink Dagger, which means that now we can really just move along together and make sure that she snowballs to get damage, so that I'm not the only one doing damage. With the Storm LC, as long as you're together, if one of them catches the other person out, catches a hero out, then you can kill her. Again, I'm rushing Bloodstone here because I want to just take over the game. I know that with Blink LC, I'm not under a bunch of pressure to be the only one finding pickoffs, along with the Tusk. I know that my team can set up kills for me, and I can just be there to provide damage and get gold. So I see that there might be one mid. This Ember just fucking feeds. I don't know what he was doing. He comes into Remnant bottom, and we just kill him. They really wish that Coddle had given me mana, but it's alright. Coddle's taking last hits. It was kind of frustrating. I was wondering if this Ember was going to come back into lane here. But with me and Coddle only, we couldn't really kill him, and we couldn't really pressure the tower anymore. So I back up, and I want mana from him. He doesn't give it to me, which is unfortunate, but... I was answering a text right here. But Ember does eventually end up coming bottom, and with the Tusk here, we can probably get a kill. So I really commit for this. Probably shouldn't have. But they TP a lot of people bottom, and we just back out. This Tusk ends up dying. It's not that big of a deal. They have a really good rotation there from the Audon and the Clinks, who was just sitting bottom. So now that I've been sitting bottom lane for about 2 minutes, it's likely that this Tiny has caught up a little bit in net worth, but because I got that kill and I was able to farm a couple jungle camps out and the creep waves, I'm still atop the net worth chart, which is really important. And even so, I don't have that many last hits. I'm 2-0-1. I haven't died, which is really important. Being able to snowball, obviously. I see there's a fight top, so I come top. I want to make sure that we can secure this kill for the LC, so I end up balling in here. Oh no, we don't actually get the duel, but we do get the kill. And then this Tiny ends up dying in exchange for the Shadow Demon. But that's 2 for 1, and that's alright. Our Shadow Demon is pretty poor at this point, and their Tiny... If he had snowballed, he could have been an issue, but he never really ends up getting off the ground. So they're pushing at the mid tower. Without help, I can't really defend this. They do a lot of physical damage, and there's no rune coming up soon, so I'm pretty low on mana. Because I'm out of battle charges effectively at this point. I'm getting close to my Bloodstone, so I'm a little bit worried about dying. So I wait for my team to maybe TP in, but no one comes, so I sit back and I don't want to put myself in any danger. At this point, I just want to get my Bloodstone, so I start farming a little bit aggressively. That was a waste of mana, but what are you going to do? So it's 15:30. I want to head to the bottom rune. And then pressure at the bottom tier 1 with our mid lane down and my inability to push towers. I really want to be able to take over the jungle, force their fairly greedy lineup to find other places to farm. Our Tusk somehow is still alive, but with no one else here, we can't really fight. And with everyone off the map, we saw a brief glimpse of the Clink, so I was a little bit worried about going on anything here. And it's fine. If their 3 cores are in the bottom lane, that's totally cool with me. They're forced to group up because of the LC Storm picks, where they can get picked off very easily, which is really good for us. Really good for us. So I'm about, I don't know, 1,500 off my Bloodstone. So I want to get it before 20 minutes, so I just farm. And there's no real point for me to go searching for kills. If I'm playing this one type of Storm, it's really risky. And without an Orchid, I can't really get them by myself. I was going to TP top. I thought there was going to be a fight, but there wasn't, so I just pressure out this tier 1. Waste of 75 gold, but it's alright. I see this Tiny. I'm not overly worried. He can't kill me even with another hero, and I end up dodging the avalanche because he fucks it up, so it's not even that big of a deal. So now I have enough money for my soul booster, so I'll go and pick that up. Do I? I do. So now I'm 800 gold away from my bloodstone. I just want to head back to base because I didn't have enough mana for me to really do anything, and there was not a rune coming up soon enough for me to warrant just waiting in their jungle, which is a little bit dangerous because we don't have that great of vision. I'm fairly certain the rune stays warded for most of the game, so sitting there is a little bit dangerous, as I can definitely die. So I want to come bottom. This Kata wants to kill this Ember, so I bottle up, and I'm waiting for this Kata to pull me in because my TP still on cooldown. So our LC has 100 last hits, and I have 72, but no one else in the team is really close. Wow, 360s, that's actually kind of funny. This Ember he keeps not really paying attention to where his remnants are, and he just comes right into a duel and dies. It's too bad, he actually has really good mechanics, but he makes some very poor decisions. So that's my bloodstone now, and I'm really just interested in getting it quickly. So I'm not really interested in fighting. There's 3 heroes mid, and we can't really do that much about it. This already ends up dying, I believe. 4 heroes mid, in fact. So we want to push out this tower so they can't take our tier 2 in the mid lane or tier 1 in the top lane. Just enough to pressure them so they have to rotate, but not enough to actually take it. We're not super interested in that. I've run up a bit here. My bloodstone now at 18 minutes, 19 minutes. It's alright. It's not great. It's alright. But more importantly, I've forced them to be behind, which is more important. There's a fight going on bottom, so I come down. I have a DD run, so I'm fairly confident we can actually take this fight. That invis cleanse looks kind of funny. It looks a little mini wisp. And with an instant kill there from the LC on this Disruptor, it means that they don't really have any way to lock me down, so I can just commit to this fight. I want to go on this Ember because I think he's a pretty important target here. He balls away, which is unfortunate, but we end up getting this Abaddon. So it's two Bloodstone charges right after I get my Bloodstone, which is nice. And with the tower almost dead, we can definitely force this out. I'm a little low on mana, but it's alright. I have a Coddle here, and my team's all here, so we can definitely get this kill on the Tiny. I still have about a third of a DD rune left. This is a really great save from our SD here. I'm waiting here to bottle up a bit, and then I can ball in on this Ember and make sure we get the kill. But I end up not needing it because of Shadow Demon's ultimate, but still, that's 4 Bloodstone charges now. A minute after I got my Bloodstone, which is a big deal. Timings were really strong in this game. I got my Bloodstone right when this LC wanted to fight, which was very important. And again, our Coddle was kind of excited about fighting. So now that we got the tier 2 bottom, we can't really push high ground. So I'm just kind of looking for places to farm. I don't know what I want to go at this point. I'm thinking maybe Shiva's, maybe LC, or Lincoln's. Shiva's is really good because it gives you more armor, which Storm's is already pretty high. It makes him a lot more survivable, and it gives you a good AoE magic nuke, which is very strong against this Ember. We want to break his Flame Guard as quickly as possible. I see this Tiny, and I'm a little bit over eager here. I think I can get the kill, but at the very least I pressure him out. When I see this Ember TPing in, I didn't actually realize I killed the creep. I probably could have gotten that kill, but I got afraid because I didn't want to die to this Ember. Dying on Storm Spirit is very, very bad, especially when I just got my Bloodstone. I want to be able to just take over the game with Bloodstone charges and force them to be very afraid of me so that our LC and Tusk can find farm elsewhere. So at 21 minutes, we can take a pause here and briefly look at what's going on. 7.5k experience lead and a 7.5k gold lead, almost 8k gold lead, which is really good. And this has really just been achieved, not even from that great, a couple of great team fights and a couple of pickoffs. We don't actually have that many more kills. We only have 4 more kills. 6 more kills. I can do math, I promise. But because we've been able to out-farm them, I mean, look at that. With quite a few more last hits than their safe lane and their mid. Both me and LC are quite high in the net worth chart. Neither of us had died either, which is a pretty big deal. 7-0-4 and 4-1-4. This is pretty great. Pretty great. Our sports done a pretty good job of warding. Having this jungle ward right here is very good for Storm. The goal really in the mid game of Storm is to force your opponents into a disadvantageous farming position because he farms incredibly quickly. So by being able to take over their jungle without fear with this ward here, it makes it so that they have to go to lanes to farm where your allies can help pick off their heroes. And again, they don't really have that great of answers to Storm. I mean, Disrupt is pretty good, but he needs farm to be able to be a really good counter to Storm. So they're fighting mid, and I think about going for it, but I see that it's just a total disaster. Ember gets a double kill here, which is really good for him. I think I might actually get one more. But so I just want to pressure out this tower as much as possible to make sure that once they do back off from that team fight, they can't really go anywhere else because they're going to be forced to deal with me. I really wanted that Ember to come in on me. He hasn't been paying attention to where his remnants are, but he was that time. So with Disruptor coming in, I've kind of done my job here. I think about going for the kill, but I'm not sure where... I know the Klings is coming up soon, and it's very possible the Embers and the Tiny are sitting right behind him, so it's not worth it for me to go on that kill. And I can still find farm elsewhere. So I'm sitting here, I was actually wondering if that Klinks was going to come mid, or come and try to kill me, but he wasn't. I thought for sure he was going to come. So I was waiting for this Disruptor to get a little bit further up so that I could go on a kill here, and it happens. Easy kill. He's just too far. He's too far behind for him to be out there when I'd just been showing myself bottom. Wish another Remnant, get 4 last hits, go squad. That's always so satisfying. Pick up a DD rune. Well, with full mana, effectively, I can definitely get a kill here. On anyone on their team, really. Hypothetically, Amber can jump out before I have the chance to kill him, but with a DD rune, I'm feeling fairly confident. And he hasn't been doing that good of a job of keeping his remnants in defensive positions. But I don't see anyone on the map, and our team's going for Roshan, so I think about coming over to help him, but instead I decide to... oh, I do end up going for it, right? Because I actually end up picking this up. I wasn't going to. We were going to give it to the LC, but for whatever reason, I ended up picking it up after a little bit of debate here from my team. I thought for sure the LC was going to pick it up. And then I can't pick it up because I'm retarded or something. Clicking is hard. Very hard, team. So I'm almost level 16, which is a really big deal. Ball lightning at level 1 and 2 are kind of mana intensive, so you can't do that far of jumps. And with 13 Bloodstone charges, I'm feeling fairly confident in my ability to kill most heroes on the map. I can really just chase them down. I see that my team's going for a fight mid, but I know that they're fine without me, so I go and pick up this bounty rune because I'm a greedy piece of shit. And then I head mid. We already have a Solar Crest, which is amazing on Tusk, but I know that we can't really die outright. And because I'd seen Ember top, I actually thought about TPing top to go on him, but I think instead we pressure out this mid tower here. I popped this DD rune because I want to kill the tower very quickly. We don't staying here is still a little bit dangerous. The blink duel here, this with the Disruptor dead. No one can really kill me, so I'm very confident, and I know that Ember is still top, but I'm fairly confident he's going to be TPing any moment here. So I just want to take this tower with half a DD rune still. I'm not too afraid. 3 bottle charges. We can definitely still go for some fights. The big point here is just get a Rax, make sure that we can secure our advantage here. We could dive, we could easily dive for this time or this Abaddon, but because it is an Abaddon, it's not really worth it. At this point, I'm just telling my team to focus the Rax, and they're really uninterested in listening. With Ember back, we can definitely die, but It's alright. I get pretty low here. It's fine. We're completely fine. I still have an Aegis, so I'm not that worried. I just back out and go top. With 15 Bloodstone charges, I regen pretty quickly, so going back to the fountain is pretty unnecessary. So we did lose a pretty big team fight there, but we did get a Rax, which is very, very good at 26 minutes. Even though they do have pretty good ways to deal with it, their high ground defense is very, very strong with a tiny Disruptor and Ember Spirit. Luckily, the Ember Spirit is not very farmed at this point. It's 26 minutes. We can take another look at our golden experience graphs. So as you can see, experience swung back in their favor, and gold did a little uptick, but we still have a 10k gold lead and a 5,000 gold experience, 5,000 experience lead. And with the Rax, we're able to apply a lot more pressure. The mid Rax is kind of the worst. Kind of the worst Rax to take as a Storm Spirit, because if people need to go to the side lanes, it's a lot easier to kill them because they're kind of caught out. There's less ways their teammates can help them, my opinion. So if we're taking a look at the items, Clinks doesn't have an Orchid yet, which is good for me. Even if he did have an Orchid, it's not that big of a deal because I have 15 Bloodstone charges and almost a Shiva's at this point. It's pretty easy for me to just live through that. Their Ember Spirit's pretty farmed. He's got Travels and a Battle Fury at 26 minutes. I think he has another couple thousand gold too. Our LC went straight for Blink Blade Mail, or Blink PKV, which is really good against their team. Make sure that he doesn't get glimpsed. The Tiny only has a Blink Dagger. He's going for his Eggs. He's not there yet. I think I DC here. My computer's made potatoes, so you know, what are you gonna do? Yeah, I do. So I DCs, we're gonna... Someone on my team farms the jungle for me, which is kind of cool. And we're getting close to being back. I'm back in base. No, I'm just walking around on top of this coddle. Do-do-do. So at this point on the map, the age just expired, and with the racks down, we really just want to make sure that we can secure another one. The obvious answer here is to go bottom because we have the tier 2 down. And I think that's actually what we end up actually doing. Let me make sure I'm back at 1 here. I'm not actually sure. Ooh, I'm back at 0.5. Alright. So I have my Shivas. It's just on the ground for some reason, which just freaked me out for a second. I thought someone had sold it while I was AFK, but nope. So I think I want to pick up my Shivas here really badly before we go on this fight. Probably didn't need to, but I really wanted to. And they backed up, which is nice. Caught with Abaddon, he popped his ult, which is fine. He can just do that. I make sure I got him the Static Storm too. Pick out this Clinks, because even though he doesn't have his Orchid, he can still kill him with a bunch of physical damage. And Ember comes in here late. But I have enough mana for me to be able to zip away safely, even though the rest of my team's dead. And I fuck up that zip. I can definitely zip out a glimpse, but I don't. And I do end up dying, but it's an alright trade. 4 for 3, it's a pretty terrible trade. But, as you can see, with a good Static Storm, they can still take a team fight, even though they're 10k gold behind and 5,000 experience behind, which will not be the case anymore. And at this point, because of the Static Storm and the chains, I was kind of worried I wanted to go BKB, but I end up not, because I'm a greedy shit, and I hate going BKB. So with that fight, XP's even now, and gold's back up to 4.5 or 5k, so it's not... It's pretty insignificant at this point. If we take a look at net worth, why is it sorted like that? Alright, so take a look at net worth here. I'm second and LC is first, which is nice. And then Ember Spirit is very close, but their Tiny is not, which is good. Their 3 cores are actually pretty evenly farmed, which is nice. But with the pickup potential for me and LC, it's not that worrying, even if they are fairly strong at this point in time. I still have 12 bloodstone charges, so it's alright. And I just ended up going Lincolns here, because I know that the Orchid's coming out pretty quickly, and even not the Glimpse is rather annoying, and they don't have that many things to break it, so it's a pretty good pickup here. Tiny has his eggs here, so I just want to just go on this, because I have my Shivas. Make sure that he's afraid to come out and farm. And he is, but with that, half his health to gone and only half my mana, and I'm fairly close back up to full without having used that many bottle. I do use all my bottle charges. I see that Ember's coming in here, and I actually wanted to go on that, but I thought maybe not. Oh, and he got a Lincoln's. That's right, I forgot about that. He'd used it like a couple seconds ago to break LC's duel. And she was freaking out about it. I would be too. So now that he has Lincoln's, it's actually pretty tempting for me to switch this and go for a sheep stick, but I end up not. Because even so, we can just wait and kill the Ember at the end. The rest of the team is not that scary. So with the rest of my team bottom, I don't have bots, and I just want to farm, really. I probably didn't need to go to the jungle here. I was a little afraid, though, because I couldn't see most of their team, so I thought maybe they were just sitting behind this Ember, but they were not, as it turns out. And if I remember correctly, yeah, I get pulled in, and I get really disoriented by this Coddle. This Coddle's all about pushing, so I was actually going to push the top tier too, but I get pulled in, which is fine. And I want to go pick up the rune here. Oh no, I was waiting, because we'd just seen the Clinks, so I was waiting to see if he ran into the Sentry Wards we could get a pick off. Can't, unfortunately. So I'll join up the rest of my team here. So this fight lasts forever, if I remember correctly. So I'm hanging outside of the fight here, waiting for the Static Storm to go down, waiting for a good target for me to go on. And so I see this Clinks, I just want to kill him. But he goes invis, which is kind of annoying. So this Static Storm, oh yeah, I wanted to see, what the hell was I silenced by? Alright. So this fight's going on, whatever, so I jump in here. And I get a prop Lincoln, so here I'm... Oh, I get Orchided. I get Orchided and it doesn't show up on the little status bar because it's full. That's what was... Alright, so I didn't get it. I thought I could jump out of there, but I couldn't. So I end up balling out, and I'm a little afraid here because I'm pretty low on mana. No bottle charges, but I believe in my team, which is good. Oh, this is almost tragic. He gets snowballed right after he duels. Or else he was pissed off about this, but I am out of health here, so I back up. I know that Clinks can definitely go on me, but I have fairly good regen, so I hang out here. I think we can definitely get another kill here. He's about to pop from all those Shadow Demon charges. So I would definitely want to go on this kill, make sure I can get more charges. We get that kill. And then just back up here. I end up dying to this Abaddon. He just really commits for this kill, which is whatever. They bought back on the Tiny here. But with Coddle's ability to heal, and with our LC having her W spam always ready because of the mana spam from Coddle, we can get this kill here. He blinks, it gets the hit, last hit. And then this time he backs up and LC decides not to go for it, which is probably fine. So because my bloodstone charges, I'm almost up again, and I want to defend our top tower. No, I defend our... Someone else defends top. I go mid. I'm coming back down here to fight because our LC is kind of out by herself, and I want to make sure that we can get more kills and not feed away our advantage. So I didn't want to go on this, but LC's like, nah, we're going. And so she pops her BKB, and I ball in here. Soon. And we just commit to this fight here. I get Orchided again, Clinks finally has it, I forgot about that. But it's fine, because even as I can just walk away, they can't actually kill me in that period of time, so it's not a big deal. And I'm outside of this Ascetic Storm by just a little bit, and I want to get this kill, so I bottle up, and he blinks away, which is unfortunate. So after that really extended team fight, even though I died, I ended up still ahead in net worth there, which is good. And I got a lot of experience from all the kills, and more importantly, I refreshed the Bloodstone charges that I had lost. So as you can see, this is when we first took this fight, and then it kind of all goes downhill because we just have better sustain. And they bought back a bunch of times, which puts them in a really bad position. So at this point, we know that we're very far ahead, and that this Tiny used his buyback, so if he dies again, he's done. And Ember Spirit does not want to buy back, so we want to force it as much as possible. Get another Rax. At this point, we decide that this Ember probably doesn't have buyback, so we just want to make sure that we can get as many racks as possible. With the top tier 2 down, we're feeling pretty good. This Abaddon is annoying, but he can't actually kill anyone on our team, so he really is just an annoyance. Use the slow from Shivas to make sure we get this kill on the Tiny, and then make sure we get this kill on the Abaddon with the LC duel. So at this point the game's pretty much over, so we're just getting kind of clowny. Fucking 5 snowball into the fountain, and our Tusk is dying, and I think that our LC actually dies here too. Oh no, he just BKBs and walks away. I know this Lincoln is broken, so yeah, I can get this pull off here, I think. Yeah, and we just get just a free kill, and that's effectively game.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So our other point here, I think, is that even though the lighting stage didn't actually go that well, I still ended up being second on net worth, which is pretty good. This LC just lives forever with her W spam from all the mana she got from Coddle, which was nice. And we grouped up really well. We hit a very good power window right here, right at the 18-minute mark. So right when I got my Bloodstone, we were very strong, and we really took advantage of that fact, and we were able to take over the game from that point and really just force them off the map. So thing to take away from this game, in the positive side for me, is that I was able to come back after a decent landing stage. I mean, I had decent last hits, and I didn't gank that much, which I think is important to know, that right now a lot of mids don't gank. I mean, I guess it's been that way for a couple of patches now, but say a year and a half ago, ganking mids were like a really big thing, and I always feel pressure to gank because I'm worried that my team is going to do poor without me, but we were fine this game. So it's important to know that against a matchup like Tiny, he has a lot of magic damage, but as long as you force him to make trade-offs that are disadvantageous, you can definitely still win the lane. Ember had a really good start, but because he could easily get picked off and was forced to go defensive item like a Lincoln's, he could have gone BKB as well, I guess. It didn't really matter if he was ahead or not, because he couldn't do anything. The Tiny was very ineffectual because he had a decent landing stage and he got a fairly early Blink Dagger, but even so, he really lacked the physical damage to be able to do anything to our team. With the group up from the Mech and the Solar Crest on Tusk or Coddle and Tusk respectively, our 5-man was really strong, and we took advantage of that. So this is really good evidence of why you don't necessarily need to play a pick-off Dota with Storm. Most of that game I spent with my team, and even so I was, second highest level in the game, and I was second highest net worth in the game as well. Which a lot of people don't really understand. They want to go on Orchid and just pick off people repeatedly, but you don't need to. With this new change, with the changes to Storm that came last patch, his landing stage is a lot weaker, so you are definitely more reliant on a stronger team fight, and that was definitely proved this game. I've been spamming Storm a little bit lately. I don't know, I've played like 3 or 4 games with it in the last couple of days because I loved the hero pre-nerfs. Even before he got super popular, I really liked him. But I lost like 1,000 MMR right after the Storm nerfs because I just didn't know how to play him. But now that that is fixed-ish, I don't know. Maybe you can still play him like good before, but I do think you need to rush a Bloodstone, which makes him a little bit weaker. And you definitely can fall behind a lot quicker because Bloodstone does not give you reduced gold loss and reduced... or you don't get Bloodstone charges when you die in the middle of a team fight. So that was my game of Storm. I'll probably put up a couple more in the next couple of weeks. I don't know. I've been trying to do it every couple of weeks, but I actually haven't been playing that much because it's been busy in life. Anyways, thanks for watching. I got one comment last time, or one message last time, telling me that I was a shit-stained Dota player. So, you know, thanks to you. I'll link to my cat gif as a response. Maybe you need to smile. Alright, thanks. Bye.